Hey everybody, it's Good Time Gal. Today is National Date Nut Bread Day. And what does that mean for us? That means that we're going to be making some delicious date nut bread. We have dates and we have walnuts, and I feel like this is going to be one of those nostalgic bakes that is perfect for Good Time Gal. So let's get started. You who have just joined, my name is Christy, or AKA Good Time Gal. This is for my blog called goodtimegal.com or .blog. This is an instructional tutorial. So if you go on there, you will see date nut bread recipe, and it will have all the wonderful instructions that you need, okay? I did not print it out today, so sorry, but we are gonna get started. We are working with pitted organic dates. We're also working with harvested fresh walnuts. But a trick with this when we're making the bread is when we use dates like this, we're going to be placing them in a cup of water with our baking soda so that they soften. So that way you're not gonna be pulling your teeth out when we eat the bread, okay? So we're gonna do that now. I'm just gonna take my water, still very hot, so be careful. And I'm going to put my baking soda. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. Next step is greasing the pan. And this is my loaf pan. This is what you want to use it for. You want to have a nice little loaf pan. And if I want it to stay, I'm just gonna put a little. I'm gonna set this aside as well. The next step is to combine our butter and our sugar, and we're going to beat that for 3 to 4 minutes because we want it to be really fluffy. I'm just gonna cut up my butter so it beats a little better. It's already softened, but I just like to make sure that the motor doesn't have to work too hard, because then you're out of a new beater, right? So now that we've got it nice and fluffy, to add an egg one at a time. This is a very delicate bread. So remember, I always tell you, a good cook, it's not defined by what you cook, it's how you cook it. So now we have to incorporate Now we add the other egg. And again, fully incorporate. Make sure that it's well blended before you add each one, right? The last thing we add is the vanilla. And again, make sure you fully incorporate it. Nice. We're going to set this aside. We're going to wipe off our whisk. And now we already have our bowl. It's got flour inside. So now we're going to do the baking powder and our little salt. I'm making sure that it's fully incorporated, so make sure you fully incorporate it. All right, so now we're gonna gradually add this to this mixture, okay? I'm gonna put this back. Let's start with a little bit. Start with a little bit. right, so now we're gonna do that fun technique, remember, folding. Oh. So I'm gonna add some walnuts. I usually don't like to add all, I'm adding half. So I'm gonna set the rest aside. And a little date mixture. I'm gonna do a little like that, do half. Remember I said fold, so I put it in the center, so now I'm just gonna work around it, see? Gently, gently, gently. And now it is turning into bread. So now I'm gonna add the rest of my walnuts. A little more flour. I'm gonna add a little more date. You don't have to use all of it. You can use as many as you like. Since this is date bread, I'm just folding it in. I want to make sure that I incorporate that. All right, but I also like to use a little parchment just in case. Our oven is already preheated, so now we just gotta add. I like to make sure that I put it in a little evenly in all the places so that your bread can rise better. Right? You don't want to just pour it in one spot. You want to pour it in several different ones. So crushed walnuts on top. All right. This will go in the oven for 55 to 65 minutes, and I will see you then. We're back. So I think because of the size of the loaf of my bread, I only had to bake it for 59 minutes. So again, just make sure that you are gauging your oven as you're cooking this bread. I am so proud of us. We are using different techniques that we have not used, and we are also incorporating techniques that we have with some of our other recipes. So congratulate yourself. I'm also proud of myself. This is super cool. We've been baking our heinies off, and we've been doing really good about it. So let's check out this bread, okay? So I've got it out, and I'm gonna put it in a bread rack. Look how lovely it came out. Very nice color. I've already stuck a knife through, so yes. Lovely. It's so pretty. Look at you. All right, let's slice it. Oh, like butter. it's crumbly, so I'm not mad about it. The reason it's crumbling is because of the walnuts. Every time I get a walnut, so I'm getting a piece. See, just a little bit that's not missing, and at the end, of course, perfect. I think this would go good with an orange ice cream, or maybe a vanilla with those candied oranges that we've done. I think so. All right, so now tasting it. Let's taste. I like it. I like it. If we're being honest, I don't eat a lot of dates, so I'm not really familiar with the flavor. I was expecting sweet, and it is sweet, but it's not too sweet, and it feels like a lovely brown sugar-esque mixed with the walnuts. Very fluffy, very nice. Yeah. All right, well, that's it. From my kitchen to yours, happy Date Nut Bread Day.